So good morning, and thanks a million for joining me on the mat this morning. This week's focus is on twist and core. So when we talk about twist, we're talking about really mobilizing into the spine this morning. So when we're mobilizing into the spine, I want you to think about lengthening the spine, so drawing the vertebrae apart, then working into your twist. We're going to start the twist from the lower spine, where there's usually least movement, work it into the rib cage, into the chest, and into the neck, where generally there's most movement, unless there might be a little bit restriction there. We want to have a nice engaged core, so keep drawing the belly button in, almost like we want to touch the lower back, so we're really sucking that belly button in, and that'll just give you that kind of feeling of engagement. And then we want to work with a lovely full belly breath. So we're going to be inhaling, lengthening, and as we exhale, we'll work into our twist and really work into that space we've created with the breath. When we talk about our core, we're talking about anything from the diaphragm to just below the hip lines. And again, all those deeper intrinsic stabilizing muscles that surround our spine and give the body support and strength and posture. So we're going to get a little bit strong this morning. We're going to start in a nice, easy cross-legged seat. Getting nice and tall, nice and strong. One moment. That's fine. Perfect. We're going to rest the palms down on the knees. And again, just lengthening, relaxing the shoulders back. We're going to inhale, press the chest all the way over to the right to draw it through center, all the way over to the left. And as we exhale, tuck the chin in, we're going to round into the upper back. Gaze us forward as we inhale, tuck the chin as we exhale. And continue with your own breath. Feel free to close the eyes down. Nice deep bend to the elbows. Really try to get into the elbow joints, the shoulder joints, the neck joints. So again, just allow yourself to go with the flow here. Should be a nice feeling. Relax the breath and just awakening up the body little by little. Each circle, we're getting a little bit more mobile. Feeling that into one of the hips, depending on which way those legs cross. We're going to meet back in center. We'll reverse the crisscross. Relax them into our pose. We're going to inhale, press the chest all the way over to the left, through center, all the way over to the right. And as we exhale around through that upper back and continue. Again, just allow yourself to go with the flow here. Eyes can be closed and we're just really engaging with that lovely full movement into the body. Again, nothing forced. Eventually we meet back at center, opening the palms to the ceiling. We'll inhale the arms out, reaching up, interlock fingers, press palms to the ceiling. As we exhale, press the palms forward and release between the shoulders. We'll do that twice more. So a nice big stretch as we inhale, look up. And as we exhale, press forward and release. We'll do that once more. We're going to inhale the arms out, reaching up. As we exhale, gently twist to the right. We place the left hand just above the knee, right hand on the ground, nice and close to the lower back. As we inhale, sit tall, lengthening through the spine. And as we exhale, starting that twist in the lower spine, moving into the rib cage, into the chest. We're looking all the way over that right shoulder, pressing that left hand into the leg. See if we can draw ourselves a little bit deeper. Every inhale, we're lengthening tall. And every exhale, we're twisting, releasing, opening into that heart space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more breath here. And then gently inhale back to center. Small little twist to the left just to release. And then back to center again. We reverse the crisscross of the legs, keeping a wee bit of balance into those hips. Opening the palms. And then we'll inhale the arms out, reaching up. As we exhale, gently twist to the left, place the right hand just above the knee, left hand on the ground behind us, close to the lower back. As we inhale, sit tall, lengthen. And as we exhale, press that right hand into the leg. See if we can draw the left shoulder back a little bit more. Maybe even walking the hand around the body. Again, lengthening from the lower spine, all the way up through out to the neck. Inhale, tall. Exhale, release. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Try not to collapse into that left hand, so nice and close to the lower back. One more. And then gently inhale back to center, little twist to the right just to release. and then back to center again. We're going to place the hands out front. We're going to come up onto our knees. And if you want to place yourself similar to me on the mat, so we're in the middle of the mat, we're looking sideways. Bring the hands to the hips, we'll tuck the toes under and just really opening into the heart here, drawing the shoulder blades together, drawing the elbows together. We're going to step the right foot out to the right. Keep that left hip over the knee, pressing the outer blade of the foot into the ground. We'll inhale the left arm up. And as we exhale, reach the left arm all the way to the right. Maybe take the gaze up toward the hand. Make sure we're not reaching in front of the body. So really create that lovely heart space here. As we inhale, reach. As we exhale, hinge, feeling that release in the right hip. One more breath. And then inhale back, true center. As we exhale, we place the left hand on the ground. We might come up to the fingertips or onto a block just to maintain that lovely space into the front of the body. Left toe can be tucked or untucked. We're going to inhale the right arm up. And as we exhale, reach the right arm all the way overhead. Maybe taking the gaze toward the right middle finger. We're going to follow that finger with the gaze, or we can look to the ground for stability. Inhale, right elbow, right knee into touch. Exhale, straighten it out. Press away through the right heel. Inhale, slowly in. Exhale, extend it out and continue with your own breath. So crunching into the side body here, stretching on that inhale. Really exaggerate that stretch. Try to keep the foot off the ground if you can. And again, if you want to follow that right middle finger with the gaze, a moving point of focus. Challenging that balance. Relax the breath. One more here, and we're going to meet an extension with the right arm overhead. We rest the right foot to the ground. Bringing that right hand back to the waist. We're going to slowly inhale back to center. Arms are by the sides, palms slip forward. We'll tuck the left toe under if it's not there already. Inhale both arms out, reaching up. And as we exhale, sit back toward the heel, lengthening forward through the spine, reaching through the fingertips. We're going to rest the hands to the ground, pressing the outer blade of that right foot into the ground. If you want to get deeper now, you can untuck that left toe and sit all the way back. See if we can walk those hands forward a little bit more, really sinking into the hips. As we inhale, lengthen forward through the crown of the head, and as we exhale, sink a little bit deeper toward the ground. Nice full belly breaths here. And again, don't get too caught up with how far forward you're folding once you're feeling that release. One more breath here. Tuck the chin in, slowly shift the body weight forward. We'll tuck the toe under and slowly make our way back up to center. We're going to bring that right knee slowly back into the left. Same on the other side. We're going to step the left foot out, keeping that right hip over the right knee. We're pressing the hips forward. Left hand comes to the hip. We'll inhale the right arm up, and as we exhale, reach that right arm all the way over to the left as we press the hips to the right. Maybe take the gaze up toward that right middle finger. Inhale, stretch through the right arm, and as we exhale, hinge the body a little bit more. One more breath. Inhale back to center, and as we exhale, we'll rest the right hand on the ground beside us, or maybe the finger pads, or maybe the block. Again, maintaining that space and opening into the body. We'll inhale the left arm up, and as we exhale, reach the left arm all the way overhead. Again, gaze either to the ground or follow the left middle finger with the gaze. Inhale, left elbow, left knee into touch. Exhale, extend it out, reaching through fingers, reaching through heel. Continue with your own breath. Again, we're trying not to touch down. And notice if you do feel that you're collapsing into the front of the body, even as you inhale, see if you can reach the arm and the foot behind you. So we're really focusing on that lovely space within the body, within the core. Nice and strong. Slow the movement right down. I'm going to take one more. Meeting in extension, we're going to rest the left foot down, bring the left hand to the waist, and slowly come back, meeting in center. Arms are by the sides, palms are forward. We can tuck the toe under to start with. We're going to inhale both arms out, reaching up, and as we exhale, gently sit back toward the heel as we reach forward through the fingertips. As far as we can go, we can rest the hands to the ground. Here, we might even untuck the toe and sit all the way back to the heel if it feels good, pressing the outer blade of that left foot into the ground. As we inhale, walk the fingertips forward, lengthening through the spine, and as we exhale, gently fold. Relax the head, relax the neck, pressing that inner left thigh toward the ground, feeling that release in the hip. Maybe tuck the chin a little bit, really release into the whole posterior chain of the body. Taking one more breath here. Gently tuck the chin in, shift the body weight forward, and gently bring ourselves back up to center. Lovely. We're going to bring that left knee back into meet right. We're going to turn to the front of the mat here. Toes are tucked under. Again, if we need to cushion the knees, please do. And again, knees are about hip width distance apart. We're going to bring the hands to heart. Find a point out in front to fix your gaze. Relax the shoulders, draw the belly in. And again, we have a lovely straight line from the heart center to the belly button. So again, we're not overarching, we're not sitting back. So a nice straight line here, keep pressing the hips forward. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, gently lean back, but maintain that lovely straight line. Gaze is forward all the time. Inhale slowly up. Exhale, slowly release back. And again, each time, see if we can go a little bit further. Until we start to feel those knees lifting off the ground. To your own breath. Relax the shoulders. And again, we're not sitting back toward the heels. We're trying to keep that in core engagement for as long as we can. We'll do one more. And then slowly coming all the way back up through center. Lovely. We're going to bring the hands forward, step back onto the knees into a nice strong tabletop, shoulders over elbows over wrists, elbow creases face forward, toes can be tucked or untucked, drawing the belly in, feeling that lower back engage. Knees hip width apart. We're going to inhale, draw the chest forward as we gaze up and arch the spine. Exhale, press into the ground, curl through the spine, tip the gaze to the belly. Inhale, gaze goes forward and up, arching. Exhale, press into the ground, curl through the spine, really tuck the chin to the chest and continue with your own breath. Nice, generous cat-cow curls, the whole length of the body, trying to create as much space, movement, freedom within the spine. Keeping the hips high so we're not sitting back toward the heels. Really feeling that into the lower back with those hips lifted. Meeting back in our tabletop, we're going to bring the left hand toward the center of the mat. Flip the right palm to face us. Knees come a little bit wider than hip width distance apart, so nice and stable. We're going to inhale the right arm up toward the ceiling, opening the heart, gaze follows. As we exhale, tread the right hand underneath the left and reach those fingertips all the way out to the left. Inhale, right arm up and open the heart. Exhale, tread right hand underneath left as we reach those fingertips all the way to the left. One more. Inhale, right arm up and open. This time as we exhale, tread the right hand underneath. We're going to rest down onto the shoulder, onto that right ear. I want you to reach those fingertips as far to the left as you can, almost like you're dragging the shoulder underneath the body. So all the weight is into the arm and shoulder and not into the head and neck. We can stay here. We can place the left hand to the ground. See if we can draw that left shoulder back, opening the body, maybe take the gaze up. And if we want to go a little bit further again, we're going to inhale the left arm up toward the ceiling. And as we exhale, reach the left arm all the way out front. Hand is rested on the ground. Maybe walk those fingertips a little bit further out to the right so we can really draw that left shoulder back, looking up underneath the armpit. As we inhale, lengthen, pressing that left hand into the ground. And as we exhale, see if we can open the body a little bit more. Nice full belly breaths here. Hips are high. One more. The left hand comes back in line with the face. We're going to inhale the right arm up toward the ceiling, opening the heart, see if we have a little bit more range. And then exhale, right hand back to the ground. Same on the other side. Right hand comes to the center of the mat. We look at the left palm. We're going to inhale the left arm up and open the heart. Gaze follows up. Exhale, left hand underneath the right arm as we reach those fingertips all the way out to the right. Inhale, left arm up and open the heart. Exhale, tread it through. Keep the hips high. Inhale, left arm up and open. This time as we exhale, we're going to try the left hand underneath the right. We're going to rest the ear, the shoulder to the ground. We're going to reach those left fingertips as far to the right as we can. Right hand is on the ground in line with the face. We're pressing into the ground and we're drawing that right shoulder back. Maybe take the gaze up. Pressing that left arm, shoulder into the ground. No pressure in the neck. We can stay here or we can inhale the right arm up. And as we exhale, reach the right arm all the way to the front of the mat, landing the hand on the ground out front. And again, just notice if it's out to the right. I want you to walk those fingertips all the way over to the left. See if you can draw the right shoulder back and look up underneath that armpit. Inhale, lengthening through both arms. Exhale, see if we can open the heart a little bit more. Full belly breaths here. We are getting a little bit of space into those hips here as well. We'll take one more breath. And then gently bring that right hand back in line with the face. We're going to inhale the left arm up and open the heart as wide as we can. Exhale, left hand back to the ground. Lovely. Crisscross at the ankles. We're going to gently sit back onto our mats, walk the hands back, and then we're going to step both feet out front, centering ourselves in the middle of the mat. Knees are bent, feet are flat to start with. And again, just make sure we have a little bit of mat space behind because we're going to lie back now in a moment. See if we can draw those knees toward the chest, walking the heels toward the sit bones. And again, notice if we're kind of collapsing into the spine here. I want you to use those legs to get a little bit more length into the spine. We're just going to hold it here, finding that engagement. We're going to maintain that engagement as we walk the feet forward, about a foot between the heels and the sit bones. Extend the arms forward, palms face each other, gazes forward. Relax the shoulders, lengthening tall through the spine. We're going to gently lean back into our boat, but again, make sure we're not collapsing or rounding into that upper back. Gazes forward all the time, starting to feel a little bit light on the toes here, so we can come up onto the tippy toes. If that feels good, we might bring one shin parallel to the ceiling, touch down. The opposite shin parallel to the ceiling. We might continue alternating shins. Again, keep the heart lifted. We might try not touching down, or we might bring both shins together. Gazes forward. We might find that into the hip flexors here, finding it a little bit crampy. Again, see how long we can hold here. Relax the shoulders, lengthening tall through the spine. We're going to hold for 3, wherever we are, lifting for 2. And 1, crisscross at the ankles. We're going to gently fold forward and release. Release the head, release the neck. Maybe rock the body side to side. Relax the breath. As we tuck the chin in, feel that posterior chain release. Coming to stillness, we're going to tuck the chin in, slowly roll back up to seat. We'll bring those feet out in front. Knees together, feet together. And again, about a foot between the heels and the sit bones, arms extended out front, palms face each other. We're going to gently roll back, but again, keep that lovely spine, nice and long, open heart, up onto the tippy toes. Again, maybe alternating shins, maybe bringing both chins together. If we've both chins together, we feel stable here. We want to challenge a little bit further. We can interlock the fingers, all except the index finger and thumb. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to twist to the right, touching those fingers toward the ground. Inhale back to center, exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, center, exhale, twist to the right. Keep the feet lifted, inhale, center, exhale, left. Continue with your own breath. So again, just a little twist into the core here. Legs are staying where they're at. Trying to keep the heart open, spine long. Last one. Back to center, crisscross the ankles, and then gently fold forward and release. Release the head, release the neck, release the breath, and maybe rock into the hips, maybe roll into the neck, whatever feels good here. Sinking the body toward the ground. From stillness, tuck the chin in, slowly come back up to seat. We're going to bring the feet out front. This time, we're going to place the block between the feet. We're going to press the feet into the block. So a little point of focus here. Arms extended out front. We're going to sit back into our boat. Again, we can stay here. We can come up onto the toes. See if we can bring both chins together. We're going to pause here, or if we want to challenge it, we're going to draw the knees into the chest, catch hold of the block, straighten the legs, straighten the arm, bring the block behind us. Inhale back to center, place the block between the feet, and again, straighten the body out. So we're switching our block each time, catching hold of the block, bring it back overhead, back to center, place the block between the feet, and again, lengthening it out. Again, work with your own breath here. Challenging the pose, trying to slow the movement down so we're not collapsing back onto the ground. This is quite a strong one in the core. Again, a nice one to work toward. It mightn't come straight away. Ooh. Last one. We're going to meet back in our boat and we can crisscross the ankles, release the block out front, slowly release the head, release the neck, release the body, release the breath. Tuck the chin. And just find that release into the back of the body. Lovely. Tuck the chin in, slowly roll back up to seat. We're going to place the block on its tallest end out in front. We're going to sit back onto the mat. See if we can have the feet either side of the block here, or maybe even a little bit out front if you want to challenge it. We're going to bring the hands behind us. Fingertips point forward, we're really opening into the heart space. We're going to bring both feet together to the left. So this is a little bit of core, it's also a little bit of mobility into the hip. So we're going to inhale, lift the feet over the block. And again, if the block is too high, you can start on the lower level. And we're just going to alternate those feet side to side. We can touch the heels down to start with. And again, if you want to challenge it, you can try not touching down. It is quite challenging. You're going to find that into the hip flexors. So we're leaning back, but we're not collapsing into the spine. Continue here with your own breath. And again, as you get a little bit more comfortable, you can bring the block to its next level. So again, leaning back, but keeping that core connection. So we're not collapsing all the way back. We're pressing those hands into the ground. So again, this is quite strong in the hips. Relax the breath. Again, see if you want to go to the highest level. Again, challenging each time. Try to keep those feet together. And again, a nice one to work toward, to practice into. Again, really strong in the core and hips here. Last one. Resting the feet down. We can bring those heels back toward the body, coming into a nice easy crisscross leg, and then we're going to walk the hands forward. Here we can rest the head onto the block and just release. Softening the body, softening the breath. Lovely. Tuck the chin in, slowly come back up to seat. We can place the block off to the side for now. We're going to straighten those legs out in front. Bring the hands behind us again, fingertips point forward, opening into the heart space. We can start in our reverse table, so we're going to bend the knees. Feet are flat. Pressing feet and hands strongly into the ground. We're going to lift those hips as high as we can go. So again, we're in our reverse table here. Knees are together or just slightly apart, no more than fist width apart. We're going to inhale, lift the hips, and as we exhale, gently lower the hips toward the ground, hovering just off the mat. Inhale really slowly up. Exhale really slowly lower. Gaze is forward, neck is relaxed. Inhale up. Exhale lower. Two more. Strong in those arms, and again, feel free to stay at our highest level. We don't have to work into the movement if it doesn't feel good on those shoulders. Last one. And slowly release all the way down to the ground. Again, crisscross the ankles, gently fold. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms, head, neck, body, release. Again, tuck the chin in and walk the hands back, straighten the legs out in front. So this time we've options. We can either start back in our reverse tabletop, or we can come into our reverse plank. We can use the block here if you wish as well, just to get that engagement of the inner legs. We can always place the block between the knees, press the knees into the block, and that'll just give us a little bit more stability into the hips. Bringing the hands behind us, fingertips point back. So again, if you're choosing to come back into reverse table, you can keep those knees bent. Otherwise, we're going to straighten the legs so the heels are on the ground. Pressing the hands and heels into the ground, we're going to press those hips toward the ceiling. If we're in reverse plank, we're trying to get the feet to touch the ground, the full length and width of those feet. Again, we can stay here, gaze is forward, neck is relaxed. We're going to inhale, lift, and then exhale, gently lower the hips, hovering off the ground. Inhale, really slowly up. Exhale, really slowly lower. 3 more to your own breath. Again, keep pressing those knees into the block if we have the block. 2 more. Really strong in those arms and shoulders. Last one. Slowly release all the way down to the ground. We can release the block off to the side. Again, crisscross with the ankles. Last time, gently fold forward and release. Release the head, release the neck, release the breath. Maybe rock the body side to side, rock the neck side to side, whatever feels good. Softening, releasing, and letting go. Tuck the chin in, slowly walk those hands back toward the body, coming into that lovely strong seat. Bring the hands forward, fingers are widely spread. We're going to shift the body weight forward, pressing the knees into the ground. We're going to bring ourselves back into our tabletop. Walking the hands forward yet again. We're going to tuck both toes under, knees are hip width distance apart. We're going to sit back toward the heels into our child's pose, resting the forehead down toward the ground. Really pressing those hands into the ground, trying to draw those sit bones back a little bit further. Maybe wriggle through the toes and get a nice little bit of space into the arches of the feet. Looking back between the toes, we're going to press hands and feet into the ground. Gently lift those hips as high as we can toward the ceiling and lower those heels down toward the ground into our downward dog. Looking back toward the knees, maybe toward the belly, we're going to walk the feet out, allowing opposite heels to melt softly toward the ground, nice and easy. Relax the head, relax the neck, again, really pressing the chest toward the ground. Keep those hips high and lifted. Looking forward between the hands, we're going to gently walk our way to the front of the mat, coming to a lovely wide-legged forward fold. Bring those feet wider than mat width distance apart. Toes could be slightly pigeon-toed. We're going to fall that way back into the hips and heels. So see if we can wiggle the toes. The left hand comes to the center of the mat in line with the feet. We can use the block if we need a little bit more length in that left arm. Make sure the hand is connected either to the ground or the block. Inhale the right arm up and open the heart. Gaze follows up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left arm up and open the heart. Exhale, release. Continue with your own breath. Again, nice little spinal mobilization here. We're opening into the heart, releasing into the hips, feeling that into the inner hip. A little bit into the hamstring, but no stress. And again, the weight is back all the time. And let yourself just go with the flow here. Every exhale, maybe sigh it out and fully release into that fold. Feel that space into the lower back. One more, both sides. Last one. Meeting in a nice, relaxed forward fold, just to let everything hang out here, head, neck, arms, shoulders release. We're going to tuck the chin in and slowly roll our way all the way up to stand. Head comes up last. And then we can heel toe those feet toward each other, bringing ourselves to stand at the front of the mat. Take a little drink here if you wish. We're going to go into a nice, strong core flow practice. Lovely. There will be a little bit of balance here, so just make sure you have your block toward the front of the mat in case you choose to use it. So meaning at the front, feet nicely grounded, about hip width distance apart, Hands to heart. Relax the shoulders, lengthening tall through the spine. Gaze it forward, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, both arms out, reaching up, palms together. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping right foot back to lunge, right hand stays grounded. We'll inhale the left arm up and open the heart. Exhale, left hand back to the ground. Stepping left foot back to meet right into plank. Shoulders over, elbows over wrists, elbow creases face forward. Nice straight line from the neck to the heel. So again, the hips aren't up into the air. They're not dipped toward the ground. Nice straight line. If it's too much in the shoulders, drop to the knees, not maintain that straight line, neck to knees. Spreading through the fingers, pressing the ground away for 3. For 2. And 1. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground, elbows tucked in. Roll the heart forward onto the toes. Press the feet into the ground as we draw those shoulders back. Exhale, tuck the toes. Press the ground away. Downward dog. Stillness or walk it out, your choice. From downward dog, we're going to inhale the right leg up. As we exhale, we're going to bend the right knee. We're going to move forward into plank and touch that right knee toward the left elbow. And then we're going to bring that right foot out to the left, resting onto the outer blade of the foot. We're going to inhale the left arm up toward the ceiling as we drop that left heel. Holding it here, reaching. If we want to go a little bit deeper, we're going to dip those hips toward the ground. And then inhale, lift the hips, reach the arm overhead. Exhale, dip the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Back to lift. We're going to bring that left hand back to the ground and step the right foot back into our downward dog. Again, we'll inhale the right leg up, looking forward, bend the right knee into the chest. We're going to step the right foot between the hands, dropping the left heel down. Engage the core up into our warrior. Extend the arms, palms face down, softening into that right hip. A little bit of hip mobilization here. We'll inhale, straighten the right leg, arms together, overhead, look up. Exhale, open the arms, warrior lunge. Inhale, lengthen and rise. Exhale, warrior lunge. 2 more. Last one. Meeting in a warrior, we're going to inhale, straighten the right leg. As we exhale, reach the right fingertips all the way forward. We bring the back of the right hand to the inner leg. Extend the left arm up, pressing the hips forward, drawing the shoulder back and looking up for 3. For 2. And 1, staying here. We're going to bring the right arm up in line with the right ear, palm faces the ceiling. We're going to bring the left arm overhead, palms face each other, almost like we're holding a globe between the hands. And then we're going to inhale all the way up through center. And as we exhale, bring the hands to the waist. Right foot points forward. We're going to shift that left foot now so it also points forward. And we can stagger that right foot out to the right. So a little bit of hip space here, but both feet are forward. Right hand comes to the hip. We're going to inhale the left arm up. And as we exhale, twist to the left. We're going to reach the left arm forward and then see if we can bring it to the outside of that right leg. So just a little twist here. Looking back over that right shoulder. We might even extend the right arm up if it feels good. Holding it for 3. For 2. And 1. Inhale all the way back to center stand. And as we exhale, rest the right hand to the back leg. We're going to reach the left arm overhead. Holding it for 3. For 2. And 1. Inhale back to center. As we exhale, turn to the front, hands to heart. We're going to gently step the left foot up to meet right, meeting at the front of the mat. And relax. Inhale, both arms out, reaching up, palms together. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping left foot back to lunge, left hand stays grounded. Inhale, right arm up and open the heart. Exhale, right hand back to the ground. We're going to step the right foot back into plank. Again, holding it here. Nice and strong, joints are stacked. If it feels good, we're going to inhale here. Keep the feet together, and as we exhale, tip the hips to the right onto the outer blade of that right foot. Inhale back to center, and as we exhale, dip the hips to the left. Continue with your own breath. Again, this can be done on or off the knees. Strong in the arms and shoulders wherever we are. Last one, both sides. Again, a little bit of torsion here within the body. Getting back in our plank, we're going to inhale here and then exhale. Drop the knees, chest and chin to the ground, elbows in. Roll the heart forward, untuck the toes. Press the feet into the ground as we lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the toes. Press the ground to lift the hips. Downward dog. Stillness or walk out, your choice. Resetting with the breath. From stillness in your downward dog, we're going to inhale the left leg up. As we exhale, we're going to bend the left knee. We're going to move forward into plank and touch that left knee toward the right elbow. And then bring that left leg all the way out to the right, landing on the outer blade of the foot. Dropping the right heel down, we're going to inhale the right arm up toward the ceiling. Again, we can stay here, or we can inhale, lift the hips. And as we exhale, gently lower the hips toward the ground. Inhale, lift the hips, bring the right arm overhead, stretch. Exhale, dip the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Back up. We're going to bring that right hand back to meet left. Step the left foot back into our downward dog. Reset. We're going to inhale the left leg up. Looking forward, bend the left knee into the chest. We'll step that foot in between the hands and then drop that right heel down. Engage the core up into our warrior. Extend the arms, palms face down, softening into that left knee. Relax the shoulders, gaze follows that left middle finger. Inhale, straighten the left leg, arms together overhead, look up. Exhale, open the arms, warrior lunge. Inhale, lengthen and rise. Exhale, warrior lunge, 2 more. Nice and strong. Keep checking in that left knee is pointed forward and not collapsing to the right. Last one. Meeting in our warrior, we're going to inhale, straighten the left leg. As we exhale, reach the fingertips as far forward as we can go. Bring the back of the hand to the inner leg. Extend the right arm up, pressing the hips forward, draw the right shoulder back, gazes up for 3, for 2, and 1. Bringing the left arm out front, palm faces the ceiling. We're going to bring the right arm overhead, holding that imaginary ball between the hands. We're going to inhale all the way up to the center. And as we exhale, bring those hands to the hips. Left foot is forward. Just walk it a little bit further out to the left. We're going to bring that right foot forward. Shorter stance here, but both feet are forward. See if we can get a little bit longer. So we want to make sure that right heel is on the ground. So if we go too far back, we mightn't be able to do that with straight legs. Again, nice bit of hip space here. So feet aren't too close together. They're nice and spread apart and feel really stable. Left hand comes to the waist. We inhale the right arm up. And as we exhale, reach the right arm forward. We're going to twist to the left. Bring the outside of the right hand to the outside of that left leg. Really draw that left shoulder back. And if we want to go further, we can extend the left arm up toward the ceiling. Gazes up for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale through center, still twisting to the left. And as we exhale, rest the left hand on the back leg. And then reach that right arm overhead, holding it for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, arms back wide open. Exhale, turn to the front, hands to heart. We're going to soften the left knee. Step that right foot up to meet left. And exhale, release. Take a little drink here if you need. We're going to go into a second round in our practice this morning. So when you're ready, meeting at the front of the mat. This time, feet are together. Knees are together, hands are to heart. Relax the shoulders. We're going to gently sit back into our half chair. So we're bending at the knees. Notice if the bums pop down. I want you to be conscious of drawing that belly button in and keeping the core nice and engaged. So sitting back as low as we can go. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to twist to the left and then hook the right elbow to the outside of the left leg, drawing that left shoulder back. We're just going to hold it here, opening into that heart space, gluing the knees together. So if that right knee is tracked out in front, draw it right back for 3, for 2, and 1. Coming up onto the ball of that right foot. So we can do this in stages. We can step back onto the right knee, or we can step all the way back on to the ball of that right foot, challenging the balance here. Again, if we've lost it, coming back into our twist, we're pressing that right arm into the leg. We're looking over the left shoulder. Right knee is on or off the ground, your choice. Holding it for 3, for 2, and 1. Stay here or still in our twist. We're going to lift the right arm off the leg and open the arms nice and wide, looking back toward the thumb for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, turning to the front of the room. We're going to drop the right heel down, open the arms, warrior. Inhale, straighten the left leg, arms together overhead, look up. Exhale, bend the left knee, warrior lunge. Inhale, lengthen and rise. Exhale, warrior lunge. 2 more. Last one. Meeting in our warrior, we'll inhale, straighten the left leg. As we exhale, reach the fingertips forward, bring the back of the hand to the inner leg. Extend the right arm up, look up for 3, for 2, and 1. Left arm up in line with the left ear, right arm up in line with the right ear, and we're going to inhale all the way back to center. As we exhale, hands to hips, turning the body to the front of the room. We're going to shift the left foot out to the left, bringing that right foot to point forward. And again, space those feet as wide apart as we can, both front to back. We can stay here, keeping the left hand on the hip. We're going to inhale the right arm up. As we exhale, gently twist to the left, bring the back of that right hand to the outer left leg. Maybe extend that left arm up, drawing the left shoulder back for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale back to center, still twisting to the left, resting the left hand on the back leg. We're going to reach that right arm back to the back of the room for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, arms back wide open. This time we're going to soften the left knee. If we have a block, we can place it out front. So we're still twisting to the left. We're going to reach that right hand to touch the block. So a nice soft left knee here. We can shift the body weight forward. Left hand is on back onto the hip if it's not there already. And then we're going to see if we can lift that right foot up toward the ceiling. Little twist here. If we want, we can always straighten that left arm up. Holding it, lifting that back leg, twisting for 3, for 2, and 1. Softening the right foot back down to the ground, drop the heel down. Inhale back, up into our twist. And as we exhale, turn to the front, hands to heart. We're going to step the right foot forward to meet left. And exhale, release. Again, we can keep that block out front because we're going to be working into our second side. Starting at the front, feet together, knees together, hands to heart. Relax the shoulders, relax the breath. We're going to gently sit back into our chair. Again, keep pressing that belly button toward the back of the spine, keeping those core muscles engaged, lowering as low as feels good. And then we're going to gently twist to the left, hook the left elbow to the outside of that right leg. Palms are pressed together, we're drawing the right shoulder back. Again, those knees are glued together, maybe looking up if it feels good. Holding it here. Twisting, releasing for 3, for 2, and 1. We're going to come on to the ball of the left foot. Again, really feeling that into the right glute. So options here to step back onto the knee, or see if we can step back onto the ball of the foot. Adjusting ourselves back into our twist. So again, knee can be on or off the ground. Make sure that right knee is stacked over the heel. We can readjust whatever feels good, holding it, pressing that left arm into the leg for 3, for 2, And one, inhale the arm off the leg, opening those arms nice and wide, looking back toward the sun for 3. For 2. And 1, inhale, turn to the front of the room. We're going to drop that left heel down. Extend the arms into a warrior. Inhale, straighten the right leg, arms together overhead, look up. Exhale, bend the right knee, warrior lunge. 3 more to your own breath. Last one. Meeting in our warrior, we're going to inhale, straighten the right leg. As we exhale, reach the right fingertips forward, bring the back of the hand to the inner leg. Extend the left arm up. Pressing the hips forward, drawing that left shoulder back for 3. For 2. And 1, right arm up in line with the ear. Left arm overhead in line with the left ear. Holding that ball between the hands, we're going to inhale all the way back up to center. And as we exhale, bringing those hands to the hips. We can walk that right foot a little bit further out to the right. We're going to turn the body so that both feet are face forward. But try to get that left foot back as far as we can. Hips are spaced. So again, right foot is to the right, left foot is to the left. And again, this in itself is a lovely pose. We can stay here. If we want to go forward, we're going to keep that right hand on the waist. Inhale the left arm up. And as we exhale, gently twist to the right. We can stay here or bring the outer left hand to the outer right leg, twisting the body open, drawing the right shoulder back. We might even take that right arm toward the ceiling. Maybe take the gaze up for 3. For 2. And 1, right hand to the hip if it's not there already. Softening the right knee. Again, we can bring that block toward the center of the mat. We're going to rest that left hand to the block. Shift the body weight forward, still twisting to the right. And then see if we can straighten the right leg and lift that left heel toward the ceiling. Looking over to the right or up toward the ceiling, we might even extend that right arm up, holding it for 3. For 2. And 1, right hand back to the waist, landing onto that left foot, drop the heel. Inhale, back to center, hands to heart, and then exhale, step the left foot up to meet right to the front of the mat. We can remove that block out of the way. We're going to do 1 more flow just to get us to the ground so the hard work is done. Meeting at the front, feet nicely grounded, hip width distance apart, hands to heart. Relax the shoulders, relax the breath. Inhale, both arms out, reaching up, palms together. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. We can step or lightly jump back to plank. If we're jumping, hands are planted, we're spring loading at the knees, we're looking to where we want those feet to land. We're going to lift those hips and try to land softly as we can in our plank. Exhale, knees, chest chin to the ground, elbows in, roll the heart forward, untuck the toes, press the feet into the ground as we draw the shoulders back. Exhale, tuck the toes, press the ground away, lift the hips. Downward dog. Stillness, walk it out or child's pose if you wish. From our downward dog, we're going to release the knees down to the ground, setting up into our tabletop at the middle of the mat. If we have a block, we may place it out in front in case we decide to use it. So we're going to work into our puppy pose. So those hips stay high. We're not sitting back toward the heels. So hips are in line with the knees here. We're going to lower down onto the forearms, but keep those hips high. Relax the head, relax the neck. See if we can bring those knees a little bit wider than the hip width distance apart. Again, notice if the belly's collapsed, just draw the belly in. If we want to go into our full puppy pose, we're going to extend the arms forward out in front and rest the chest toward the ground. Resting the head to the mat or to a block if it doesn't quite reach. Reaching forward through the fingertips, hips are high, feeling that expansion within the front of the body into the side waist. Keep drawing the belly button in. Again, toes can be tucked or untucked once they're on the ground. So we're working into our puppy pose here. If you feel like you need a little bit more space between the shoulders, you can always use your block Place your forearms onto the block and allow the head sink toward the ground, but just make sure that head is supported. Holding it here, releasing. And we're going to stay here for about a minute. So again, just melting the heart, melting the belly, feeling that lovely space into the lower back, so no compression. Relax the breath. If you want a little bonus release into the triceps, we can always interlock the fingers out front, bend at the elbows and place those hands to the base of the neck. So nice loose interlocking of those fingers, so we're not hyper gripping. And then see if we can sit back and really press the armpits toward the ground. There's not many poses in yoga that we're releasing into the triceps, so this can be a nice opportunity. We might need to walk the elbows a little bit further apart so we still have that lovely space into the heart. And again, option only. If you feel good with the arms out in front, you want to release here. Listen to your own body here this morning. Starting to feel the body soften a little bit more. Again, this is a really good one to do if you spend a lot of time sitting and kind of compressing into the front of the body. So it's a really nice counter pose. So we're opening space into the front of the body, a little bit of engagement into the back, but more space. And relax, release, and let it go. Nice full belly breaths. We're going to bring the big toes to touch and gently walk back the hands until we're sitting onto the heels and we're in a nice relaxed wide-legged child's pose. You can bring those knees a little bit further apart if it feels good. Maybe rock the hips side to side, releasing any last little bit of tension that we're holding on to in the hips or into the lower back. Releasing, releasing, letting go. At this stage, we might make a little pillow by putting one hand or one fist on top of the other and just resting the forehead here. Maybe rocking the head side to side, releasing and letting go. Coming to stillness here in our wide-legged child's pose. So just allowing the body reset, reconnect. And when you're ready, we're going to tuck the chin in. Slowly walk the hands back toward the body until we're sitting back up onto the heels. And we can bring those knees together. We can either finish our practice here, we can come back into easy cross-legged or any other seat in between, whatever feels good. So coming back to where we started and just see if we can re-engage with those lovely core muscles, lengthening through the spine, opening into the heart. We're going to open the palms to the ceiling. And when you're ready, we'll inhale the arms out, reaching up. Interlock fingers, press palms to ceiling. As we exhale, press the palms forward, release the breath, sigh it out and let it go. We'll do that twice more. Gently bringing the hands to heart, press the palms together, close down the eyes. And just thank yourself for creating a wee bit of space in your morning to come to the mat, to create some lovely energy, some really good strength and release. And hopefully take that with you into the day and into the weekend ahead. And thank you for sharing your practice and your energy with me. Namaste.